It was my son's birthday party, and we wanted it to be perfect. All he wanted was a clown, not because he loved balloon animals or face paint. No, he watched the movie It with his aunt, and wanted an It-themed birthday party. Not exactly appropriate for a 5-year-old. Only red balloons, only paper boats for napkins, only a clown for an entertainer. Well, I got a clown. They were surprisingly expensive, but I found one who didn't cost a lot, and who looked like they might be fun, and I was personally scared of clowns. Still, I wanted my son to have the perfect birthday party. I sent out our address and the party time and date. It was finally the day of my son's birthday party. Our whole backyard was filled with screaming children and parents, and that was before the clown came. When the clown came, things got so much worse. Not because the kids were scared or of the clown, but because he was really bad. All his balloon animals were snakes and balloon popping. Even his makeup was shoddy. He looked like someone had painted stuff on his face with acrylic paint, not face paint at all. I also think he was a little drunk, if I'm being honest. We had to stop the clown performance after 10 minutes because it was so terrible. My son didn't notice how terrible he was. He just wanted the clown to be scarier. Just my luck. Children have short memories when cake is involved. After cutting up the cake and getting the kids started on eating, I went to go square away with the clown. He was nowhere to be found. There were no follow-up texts. That was just fine with me. I wasn't intending to pay him, and he must have known that. That night, my son went to bed very happy. He said that he was so happy for the scary clown. A scary clown, I laughed. He must be confusing his words. I was happy, and he was happy. I went to my bedroom and quickly fell asleep for the night. One of my amazing superpowers was falling asleep right away. Bang! I woke up in the middle of the night to hear the fridge shutting. Was my son sneaking a midnight snack? I had told him about snacks in the middle of the night. I went downstairs. I saw nothing but cake crumbs on the kitchen floor. When I opened the fridge, I saw all the birthday cake leftovers were gone. Child. When I went to his room, I noticed my son was sleeping. We'd talk about it in the morning. As usual, my son insisted that he didn't eat anything from the fridge. He liked to eat at night, but was a frequent liar. Where's the plate? I asked. We can get ants if you leave it lying around. Bring it down from your room. I didn't take the cake, he insisted. If I go up there and it's there, I'll be very upset. But I didn't do it, my son screamed. Fine. It was going to be one of those days. After dropping my son off for school, I came home and looked in his bedroom for the cake dish. Just as he promised, it wasn't in there. Actually, as I looked around the house, I couldn't find it anywhere. Where has it gone? In the next week that followed, there were a lot of dishes that went missing. Every time I confronted my son about the missing plates and food, he insisted he hadn't done anything or eaten anything. I needed to lay off him though. It was getting quieter and quieter. I just wanted him to admit he was taking food from the fridge. Was I not feeding him enough? It was finally Sunday. A loaf of bread had gone missing, and I figured my son had taken it. However, seeing the look on his face and how bad he felt, I figured it was best to leave it alone. After breakfast, he went upstairs for a nap. I had never seen him so tired. He never took naps. As he slept, I gathered up his clothing and took them downstairs. Why was the basement door unlocked? We never unlocked it. I shrugged and went downstairs with the basket. The first thing I noticed when I turned on the lights were the dishes from the cake and the other missing foods. Great, this is where my son was hiding things. And now we were going to get mice. Throwing the laundry basket down, I bent over and started cleaning up the dishes that were near a pile of blankets. The clanking from the dishes, well, it's difficult to describe. The noise made the pile of blankets move. Were mice under the blankets? Already? No. The pile turned over, and I saw an acrylic-drawn clown face, half wiped off, staring back at me. I screamed and ran for the top of the stairs as quickly as I could. He couldn't get me. He was still fast and he was on my tail. On my way up the stairs, he grabbed my leg, and I tripped and fell. My chin cracked on the stairs, and my forehead hit one of the steps. My legs started kicking back over and over and over again until I hit the clown's face. Between flashes of my foot kicking, I saw the half-done clown face staring back at me, teeth bared, red lips snarling at me. Finally, one of my kicks landed, and he fell down the stairs. I must have twisted my ankle, because getting up the stairs hurt so much. When I finally got to the top, he had caught up with me. One last well-placed kick, and I sent the clown tumbling down the stairs. I locked the basement door just as I heard the clown running back up the stairs and banging on the door. That lock wasn't going to hold, so I ran upstairs and got my napping son. We ran to the neighbor's house and phoned the police. When we were finally safe, I sat my son up on the table and asked, "Did you know about the clown in the basement?" He nodded. "He threatened to hurt me if I told anyone. It was so fun before at the party, and then he got really mean." My heart sank down. We would have a lot of work to do to undo the multiple layers of damage this incident had done. The first one being that my son didn't feel safe enough to tell me about the bloody clown who was lodging in the basement.
Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button for more great content.